Today is a super simple episode. Your brain does not have to stretch in any way, and you may or may not need to take notes, because today we're doing something that we have never done before, and we are dedicating this entire episode to one of our products/services/lifesavers, and we're going to answer questions about it and give you some background information on it, because if you're listening to this podcast episode in January of 2024, then more than likely we are just about to or have just opened sign up for the All Access Pass. You may already have it. I still recommend you listen to this episode because we have 4 new amazing additions to the All Access Pass. And if you don't think you need it, listen in for a couple of minutes and then turn it off as soon as you realize you don't need it, if that's the case. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, let's jump into it, because it could literally be the life ring, the life raft that you were hoping for in your travel business for 2024, because you already decided that this year is going to be huge. You're going to do things differently. You're going to achieve things you haven't achieved before. And in order to do that, you're going to need to do things that you have never done before. So folks, let's jump into the All Access Pass. Hey there, I'm Sandra McLemore, and I have trekked both the globe and the travel industry for over 25 years. From my first steps as a travel agent to my exciting career as a travel TV host and contributor on network news and morning shows. And now, coaching over 42,000 travel entrepreneurs. Guys, I've seen the highs and the lows of what it means to market and sell travel. Whether you're taking your very first steps in the industry or scaling up to reach amazing new goals, perhaps feeling a little bit adrift and looking for a compass, you, my friend, are in the right place. In each episode, we're going to learn from stories that inspire, strategies that work, and conversations that dive deep into the heart of starting up and scaling a travel business. Fasten your seatbelts, stow away your doubts, and prepare for takeoff. This is your boarding pass to the Travel, Marketing, and Media Podcast. Okay, so let's start at the top. What is the All Access Pass? I wish I had a rewind sound effect, something like this. There you go. We just rewound 6 years ago. And 6 years ago, we started our membership. We had the Travel, Marketing, and Media membership, and we had literally over 800 members sign up during the 6 years that we had it. And many, many, many members stayed from the beginning all the way through until January 2024, when we said goodbye to our final month of membership. Now, why did we say goodbye? We literally found a better way to give you better content, better coaching, and better community. And you know that expression, don't fix it if it ain't broke? I don't always believe that that's a good way to go. I think it's sometimes true, but sometimes if you know that you can do better and be better, and especially with the introduction of AI into marketing, we realized that we could give more for less. We realized that we could give more of a variety of content and we could do everything faster. So we decided to pull the plug on our month-to-month membership. Over 85% of our members have transferred to our new offering, the All Access Pass. And now, 6 years after membership has ended, we have learned so much about creating the content, coaching, and community that you need to build your travel business, to hit your goals, to become wildly profitable, to get a consistent stream of new leads. Now, we've worked with, I want to say just over 45,000, but I honestly can't be bothered to update all of our website and marketing everywhere, so it still says 42. It is now over 45,000 travel advisors, agents, and agency owners that have either done one of our trainings, been to one of our workshops, signed up for one of our courses, been a member, had their website designed by us, had coaching from me, or have become an All Access member. And so let's talk a little bit about what All Access is. And to do that, we need to talk about what's in it, why you might need it, if it's right for you, and if it's not right for you, and what the next steps are. So I want to start at the very beginning in that you need a consistent stream of new clients in order to have a successful business. But marketing is a little like driving. If you take your foot off the pedal of marketing, then you can expect the vehicle to slow down. If you take your foot off of marketing, you can expect for your leads to slow down. Now, on average, a travel client would need to be in your funnel between 3 and 6 months before they're ready to start making bookings. Now, sometimes you'll have clients come straight in, they haven't even joined your email list, and they will sign up and they will sign up for your email list, or they'll become a client and never sign up for your email list. That happens sometimes. And sometimes you'll have people sign up for your email list and they won't book anything for a couple of weeks, months, or even years. In fact, I invite you to ask yourself, how long have you known about me, Sandra McLemore, about travel marketing and media? Maybe you were with us before when we had an entirely different Village Girl marketing brand name. Or maybe you've kind of been hovering around. But either way, how long did it take you, for those of you who are paying clients of ours? So you've paid for a course, paid for a program, you've paid for a marketing fam trip and come with us traveling around the world. No matter what it is, maybe we did your website. How long did it take you from the minute that you first heard about us to the minute that you actually bought something? It's very different. And I ask this a lot in training sessions so that you can see the variety. We'll have people come in and say, oh, I knew I was going to buy from you before I even got to your website because I'd heard about you. Other people said it was like a good 2 years before I bought anything. I just took in all the free content. And we're not trying to make our leads or our audience buy immediately. What we want is to grow our audience, to grow our community, to grow our base so that as and when you need us, we are there. And a lot of you like to join our community for exactly that, for the community. We say that we give content, coaching, and community, and a lot of you come for the community. Some of you come for the content. Some of you come for the coaching. But think of your own travel business exactly the same way, that people will come and be in your audience, whether they're watching you on social media or they're part of your email list. They'll be in your community until they're ready to buy. Now, sometimes it will require just their regular schedule saying, I'm ready to buy right now because it's spring vacation and we always go on vacation in spring. Or maybe it's the holiday season where they always go away for the holidays. Sometimes it'll be that you need to plant an idea in their minds like, hey, have you ever thought about Colombia? Have you ever thought about learning about everything from Palenque culture to the coffee culture, the music, the dance, the food, jungles, beaches? And they think, oh my gosh, you know what? Colombia was never on my bucket list. Maybe it should be. And then you start whipping out all these beautiful photos of Cartagena and the mountains and the jungles and the beaches, and they're sold. And it was never on their bucket list to begin with. So you're going to have people come into your pipeline, into your funnel, and they'll be at different stages. They'll either be ready to book or book further down the track. You'll inspire them to book, or something in their own lives will inspire them to book. But regardless of how long somebody is in your pipeline or in your funnel, you have to create and maintain a relationship with them. It'd be like making friends with somebody and then never calling them, never chatting to them, never catching up with them. And then 3 years later, they get married and you don't get an invitation. Well, you have to ask yourself, are we that close? Are we close enough that I would expect an invitation to their wedding? Now, I've had friends who have gotten married before, and I think it was only like maybe 1 or 2 girlfriends that got married when I was in my 20s. And I was so shocked that I wasn't invited to their wedding. The 20-year-old me was like, so why? Our mutual friends got invited. And it turns out there was nothing wrong. Like when I said to them, I hope you have a great wedding, they were like, thank you so much. And it wasn't a thing. It was literally just that they might have had 80 guests or 100 guests at their wedding, and they picked the people who were closest to them. And they needed for those people to be close to them in order for that to happen, for that invitation to happen. And it's not different with your audience. Most people need to see a face behind a brand and to have a level of trust or closeness with them before they will book. Now, you won't find that when it comes to skincare. For example, I am obsessed with my latest skincare. I've been using Laneige and I love it. My skin has reverted back 10 years in 2 weeks. It's not an advertisement or a promotion. Skincare that other people have used has never worked for me and vice versa. But anyway, I'm obsessed by this skincare. I have no idea who makes it. I don't know who the face of the brand is, and I don't care. It's purely transactional. I bought something, it worked for me. Now I'm obsessed and I keep buying it. And I bought more and more and more of it, reached out into their different lines, switched Anthony to it. I'm super happy with it. And there's no face or name behind the brand. However, when I first started using my travel advisor, I needed to know her, like her, and trust her before I started handing out money. And look, maybe it's because the first time I gave money to her, it was $7,000 or $8,000. And that's a lot of money. It's not $200 worth of skincare. Also a lot of money, but not the same. When we first bought, when we built our very, very first house, I needed to like the sales associate from the builders. We built through a company called Toll Brothers. And I remember just going in and looking, and we'd met 3 of the sales associates, and there was just one that we really clicked with, and we kind of gravitated towards her every time we would walk through and have a look. And then when it came time for us to pull the trigger and say, you know what, yes, we are ready, we went straight to her and we said, we're ready, Marsha, we're ready. And it's the same with you. So how do you grow close to somebody that you don't know? How do you convince people of your worth as a travel agent or advisor? How do you convince people that they really shouldn't be DIYing their own travel, that you are an expert that can save them money? We're not talking about pricing, we're talking about value, that you can save them time, that you can save them stress, that you can help them to have experiences that they would never have thought of, that you can be the person that can help curate an itinerary for them, that when they get home, they don't feel like they missed out on something. They don't get home and see the Instagram post and think, oh, my travel advisor never suggested that we have that experience or walk up to that castle or have pictures taken like all of these people on social media. How do you do that? It's really easy. You put out regular content. And I almost hate that word content because I feel like it's a word that doesn't mean a lot. Table of contents was my introduction to that first word. And it was literally just the inside of the book, and it told you each page in the book and what was on it and where to find what you were looking for. Content in marketing is different. Content means information. You're putting out information that is inspiring, that is helpful, that is motivational. And the content that you're putting out every week has to be about the destinations and the experiences or the type of travel that you want to sell. So that's where the All Access Pass morphed into what it is today. And I have to tell you, it is phenomenal. The All Access Pass is going to help you to not have to figure out what you're going to send every week. So you'll make a choice, firstly, of 3 things. You'll either choose to do a podcast, you'll choose to do videos, or you'll choose to put a blog article up on your website. And you'll do that every single week. So in 52 weeks of the year, you would put up 52 blogs, one every single week. And you would send out an email, not a newsletter. Newsletters suck. Newsletters are trash. Newsletters do not work in the travel industry. Newsletters are for communities and groups and schools and churches. You are a luxury travel brand and you don't send newsletters. So you would send out an email every single week and you would basically be saying, here, week 1 of the year, we're talking all about Colombia and why it should be on your bucket list. Week number 2, we're talking about Budapest and why it's so great for, insert your niche, families, couples, groups, solo travelers, girls getaways, whatever it is that you do, foodies. And then week number 3, you might be talking about the perfect day to spend in Paris if you've been before or if you've been many times. And here's 2 different ways you can spend a day in Paris. Whatever it is that you're putting out every single week, whether you're sending an email that's a link to your blog, a link to your podcast episode, or a link to a video, whatever you're sending out that week would be in direct alignment with what you're trying to sell. So for example, if you're trying to sell luxury ocean cruises, you would be sending out every week a piece of information. Remember, the podcast episode, the blog article, or a video that is a destination or experience related to the suppliers that you want to sell. Now, you're not going to mention the suppliers because you're basically marketing the destinations and the experiences so that they come to you and want to book with you. Now, doing this is a lot of work if you have to create this content and email it out to your list and be promoting your business so that your list can grow. Because just sending out content doesn't grow your email list. Sending out content engages your email list. So there's a whole nother strategy on how to grow your email list that we'll talk about in a different episode. You have to be consistently marketing to grow your email list. But once you start an email list, the minute you have one subscriber, you've got to start getting that weekly content put out, because that content keeps you top of mind and top of speed dial. So the All Access Pass is a huge collection of content that you can use on a weekly basis to be able to promote the destinations and the experiences that you sell or that are in alignment with your niche. So how do we have content that works for everybody, regardless of what you do? That's a really good question. Firstly, it's the amount of content that we've created over the 7 years. And we've created all of our own content. There are over 4,500 pieces of marketing content for you to download and use in your travel business. Of those 4,500 pieces, there are 150 destination bundles. We'll talk about those in a minute. There are over 300 blog articles. There are over 2,850 multi-use short captions. There are over 165 story and reel templates, 22 marketing strategy magazines, 25 video podcast talking points, and now the new things, 115 galleries of images and email sequences done by niche. So if you have a niche of culinary, how would you use the All Access Pass? Well, as I mentioned, there's 150 destination bundles. So the first thing you would do is you would download the destinations that best align with the suppliers that you want to sell. And you would, we'll show you how to do this in a video, take our content from our library and either use it as is or use one of the prompts that we teach you to run our content through AI with a very specifically engineered prompt to get out what you need that 1000% matches your audience. So say, for example, I have that article in the All Access Pass, and I used it just myself the other day for my own email list. And it was why Colombia should be on your bucket list. From emerald jungles to rich coastlines and decadent coffee, why Colombia should be on your travel bucket list. Now, my audience on my email list that I have, many of you know that I started a luxury travel club. My audience are people who love deep cultural experiences, authentic experiences. They're not the people that are going to Carlos and Charlie's in Mexico or riding on a banana boat. They're doing a cooking class. They're doing an art class. They are doing a historic walking tour. They are watching performances deep in the desert at nighttime. Like, they're having the most incredible experiences that are directly related to the culture of the people they're visiting. So I would take that article about Colombia and I would add one paragraph that would speak specifically to my ideal client. And so I would take the article from All Access Pass, I would download it. I went into ChatGPT and I said, copied and pasted the whole article. And I said, add one paragraph that speaks directly to wanting to have authentic cultural experiences versus run-of-the-mill tours or activities that somebody would do on a vacation. And it gave me back one paragraph, and we'll teach you how to pull out that paragraph so that it is perfection. And then I added it to the article, posted the article on my website, and sent out an email to my email list. I immediately got back 7 emails from people saying, "Ooh, I'd never, ever thought about Colombia." Or, "Oh gosh, if you guys are doing a trip to Colombia or a group trip," because that's what we do, we just do escorted trips. "If you guys are doing a group trip to Colombia, I want in." Or someone said, "You know what? I went to Colombia and I got none of this vibe. I will definitely come back if you guys are doing Colombia this year or next year." And then I went and took the link for that blog on my article. And like I said, I emailed it out. I also made a pin for it. Well, the pins come in the library. So I got one of the pins in the library. I pinned it. And then I went and posted it in the Facebook group that I have for my email list. And again, some of the women in there were like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know this about Colombia," or "Why is this not on my bucket list? This was not even on my radar." So the goal is to be doing that every single week, but it takes a lot to create an article that's in alignment, adjust it with AI, get it up, post it, get it out on social media if you have to start from scratch. So that is what the All Access Pass is 4,500 pieces of content about destinations and experiences that you can use as is. Like, I actually could have used that Colombia article as it was. There was no need for me to add anything, but I wanted to, and I had a few minutes to do it. And I could then, there was also matching images. There's a matching gallery in there. There's social media captions about Colombia. There's reels. There's a story. There's pins. There's a podcast script about Colombia where I could take exactly that article and do a podcast episode on it. I don't have a podcast for travelers yet, but I could have extended it out and done even more. I also could then run ads to a post all about Colombia and that leads through to that blog article on my website. And that would help me to grow my email list. Posting it on social doesn't help me to grow my email list, but running ads to it would. So that's just an example of how you could use it. What if you did, I don't know, family travel or river cruise travel? You could take that same article, paste it into AI and say, add a paragraph about the importance of the Magdalena River to the history and the culture of Colombia, and that if they're interested in doing a high-end luxury river cruise on the Magdalena River that probably no one that they know in their entire life has ever done, to reach out to me. And you could do that. Or you could say, add a paragraph to this article about why Colombia is so great for children from toddlers to teenagers. Or add a paragraph about why Colombia is so great for honeymooners. And then, like I said, it's got the reels, the pins, the images, the social captions, whatever it is that you want to do. I personally don't post a ton on social media anymore. For our business, we don't at all for travel marketing and media. So I'm more likely to work in Pinterest or to work on my blog or to email things out. So that's basically how the All Access Pass was created and what it was created for. It was created to fulfill your need to get content out to your audience every single week without turning you into a marketing machine. There is no reason why anyone should ever run out of content in the All Access Pass. And if you do, email us because we'll show you clever ways to use content that you haven't used yet, making sure that it's in alignment with what you sell. So, who is the All Access Pass not good for? I will tell you that it is not good for you if you have only a very specific geographic location or region of the world that you sell. So we have a couple of travel advisors in our community, love them. They only sell Italy. This is not good for you. There's not enough content about one destination in there that would fill an entire 6 months for you. And that's how long the All Access Pass lasts for. It's unlimited downloads for 6 months. You can download it, not join us again, and then keep using the content for the next couple of years. It's not good for you if you only serve one geographic area. If you only book the UK, it's not good for you. If you only book Africa, I would say do one pass for 6 months, but don't renew afterwards unless we've added a lot more Africa in there for you. There's more than enough for 6 months. Those would be the two groups of people the one group of people that I would say it's not good for. The other type of person that would not be good for is the type of person who does not want to do any marketing at all. If you do not want to do marketing, if you only want to hope and wait that bookings come for you, or if you are getting all of your bookings through word of mouth, if you're happy with the type of clients that you're getting, then you should not take this. But it is an incredible investment for people who literally don't have the capacity to hire a marketing coordinator or a marketing person or a social media person because everything's done for you. And there are so many schedulers now and automations to help you to use it. So I want to address one other thing. Are you the type of person that buys things and doesn't use them? Because if that's you, we have some two really good resources for you. One is called Lead Magnet to Mailbox, and it is a step-by-step mini course under $200 showing you how to, from scratch, set up your email marketing, get the content from the All Access Pass, make a lead magnet, upload it to your email marketing platform, create an opt-in form, create email sequences, create a welcome email, get a nurture sequence together that's related to your niche. This is all going to sound mumbo jumbo if you've never done it before. And it would, because it did to me when I first started doing this 6 years ago. But it works for every single business. It never fails. If you are growing an email list of exactly the kind of people that want to book and travel doing the things that you want to sell, this is foolproof. It is absolutely foolproof. Can you imagine? We have a travel advisor who has 27 people on their email list. They sent out an email and they've been sending weekly marketing content out every single week. They put up the blog on the website and then they send an email, and they don't do this every week. They sit down and they do 13 weeks at once, and it takes a whole day or half a day. It actually takes less than just under half a day. And it takes me 18 minutes a week to do it, but I don't like to do it every week. I like to do it like 13 weeks in advance at least, because then I can do it quarterly. Or you could have your teenage kids, neighbors, a virtual assistant or someone do it for you. That's fine. And it will take them seriously one entire day to set up an entire quarter. So you could hire someone for less than a week and they could set up your entire year of marketing and schedule everything in advance. But imagine being able to send out 27 emails and get a couple of bookings back from it. Like 27 people on their email list, and they got back bookings. And it's not that the weekly emails are the ones that are selling anything. They're not selling anything. They're pointing to the blog or the podcast episode or the video that you made. And honestly, if you're looking for the easiest route, just do the blog. Get a blog up on your website from the All Access library, tailor it to what you need in a couple of seconds, and then send the email out to your whole email list. And focus more of your time, instead of trying to figure out how to create a podcast or set up lighting for videos, spend the rest of your time rest of your marketing time getting that email list growing. I was able to grow an email list of travelers, luxury travelers, who want to spend between $4,000 and $20,000 per week, not including air, from zero to just under $3,000 in 2 months without spending a single cent on ads. I'll tell you about that in another podcast episode. But if you were able to do that, which you can, because if I can, you can, didn't spend a single cent, didn't have anyone on my email list, and I grew this from scratch. And I literally did this right before the holidays in like September, October. The worst thing you can do is to grow an email list and not have content to send them. You have to have weekly content at hand to be able to send out, to be like, hey, have you ever thought about Bali? Have you thought about Paris? Did you know in Rome you could do this? Did you know about Matera? It's where Wonder Woman was filmed. It's a great getaway if you've been to all the hot spots in Italy, but you want to go off the beaten track. This is how you prove your expertise. So head over to travelmarketingandmedia.com/all-access-pass. Pick up your All Access Pass before the end of January. If you're hearing this message after the end of January, email us. We'll help you figure out a solution. And then don't worry about how you're going to get it done. Don't worry about that. The entire investment for All Access Pass is less than $300. You can't afford not to get it, because if you don't get it, you're going to be stuck doing all of your marketing every single week by yourself from scratch. So pick up the pass, and then we can help you and guide you on how to use it and how to implement it. Like I said, if you want to do the lead magnet to mailbox course, it's less than $200. That will 100% skill you up and empower you to immediately be able to start with your email marketing and to start with your weekly content. You wouldn't even need to hire an assistant. Or like some people have signed up for lead magnet to mailbox knowing that they want to hire an assistant, but now they would know actually what to hire and how to manage that person. Whatever you do, sign up for the All Access Pass by the end of January. You now know what it's for, how it works, what's in it. It's unlimited downloads of everything included in the All Access Pass. You can batch create your emails, batch create your blogs. It's got every single thing that you would need. And if you need something that you can't see there, email us and we'll show you how to rearrange and restructure what's in there to be what you need with just a few sentences in your ChatGPT keyboard. Big hugs to you. Head over to travelmarketingandmedia.com/all-access. Sign up for your pass. And I look forward to seeing you at one of the coaching sessions for it. We're going to have quarterly coaching sessions for the All Access Pass where you can come in and do a free training with me. And we're also our first one, of course, is going to be on how to use the pass. So we'll do that not long after the pass closes, probably first or second week of February. It'll be a free training for everyone with the pass, just to get you going, to get you moving. And you can bring your assistant, you can bring a team member, you can bring a teenage kid, preferably one you know, and we will help you all to get started on the pass. And then, of course, new to the pass, also 115 image galleries, but also you can now send in questions and I will answer them on my podcast. There's only 3 small groups of travel advisors that we invite to do that, and our All Access Pass members are one of them. Alrighty, friends, that's all from me now. I'm going to bury my head back in the All Access Pass because we are madly adding even more stuff in the week before it opens for sign up, and just really wanting to make it even more incredible than it is. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now. If this podcast episode resonated with you and you'd like to hear more, head over to travelmarketingandmedia.com/podcast to get notified about new episodes and also listen to any that you may have missed. And if you'd like to ask a question about this episode, you can send it there for me to answer on a live Q&A. We'll see you in the next episode.